Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ IS English channel. My name is Shubham Sagar, and if you go to our playlist and StudyIQ IS English channel playlist, at that you will see one particular UPSC strategy videos by me. So there I have made strategy videos related to history, polity and governance. Today we'll talk about geography. In that playlist only, I have also made one particular video where I have talked about one thing which can make or break your UPSC preparation, and that is your optional. So there I have shared my mark sheet. Who am I? If you don't know me, many of you may already know me, many of you may not know me. So yes, we have some experience and I have shared my mark sheet and all those stuff. Then in that video I have not shown all these things, the people who have cleared UPSC or state PSCs or different levels of that. This whole thing I have shared it in. There was a prelims crash course series which I made. In orientation session, you can go and see all these people. I've talked about these people who cleared different stages of APSC, UPSC prelims or mains, and which stage they went. So what I'm trying to show you via these, testimonies, I guess, is that we have experience. Whatever we are talking about, it's not like we are beating the bush or something like that. There are scenarios, we have seen such scenarios where people have not cleared any level of UPSC and they are giving the so-called gyan. We are not that, and that's why I'm showing you all these testimonies. Fine. Now let's come back to geography. I have shown you some credentials of mine. Now hopefully you can listen more to me. So history strategy video I've already made, polity and governance I've already made. Now we'll move on to geography. So again, when you look at, and here we are making strategy video from both perspective, pre as well as mains. So if you look at geography from in pre-syllabus, you will see Indian and world geography, physical, social, economic, geography of India and the world. But again, pre-syllabus does not tell you a lot. Like if you see general issues on environmental ecology that do not require subject specialization, blah, blah, blah. So again, it's a lie. They do require subject specialization when it comes to environment, because IS and IFS, in an administrative service and in forest service, they have the same pre. So environment is very important, and connected to environment is our geography. So again, geography I am making, and again I want to make another strategy video related to international relation. If you people want me to make strategy video on international relation, you can post it in the comment section. That's a make strategy video on international relation. Let's say I get 10 comments that yes, make strategy video on international relation, I will make another strategy video on international relation. Coming to geography, so pre-syllabus does not give you much, but main syllabus will help you. So here there are certain components in geography. You have physical geography, and here you will talk about how mountains are formed, plains are formed, plateaus are formed worldwide. Then you will focus on Indian geography, how mountain, plateaus and plains are formed here. Then you will talk about, read about climatology, where we talk about British type climate, different types of climates. G.C. Leong is an awesome book. That guy has died long back, but his climatology book, still people read about it. So climatology, subtropical, high pressure belt, low pressure belt, what these pressure belts are, what is trade wind, sea bridge, land bridge, all these concepts, continental nature, what do that mean, all these things you will read in climatology. Then you have something called as oceanography. In oceanography, you read about like a lot of things. One major thing is ocean currents. What is ocean current? Fast and directed movement of ocean water under the influence of various factors like temperature difference, pressure difference, salinity difference, etc., etc. So that is your what? That is ocean current. UPSC has directly asked a PYQ on the definition of ocean current. So that has been divided. If you see main syllabus, they have not talked about all these things which I am telling you right now. This is the division I am talking about: physical geography, mountain, plateaus, plains; climatology, the subtropical, high pressure belt, low pressure belt, how different climates are formed, why British climate is the best climate to live in; oceanography, which we discussed. Then physical geography from Indian geography perspective. UPSC has asked a lot of questions on Himalayas, Western Ghats, how they were formed. What is ecological carrying capacity? We are seeing so many disasters happening in Himalayas, Uttarakhand, Himachal, and is tourism putting a lot of pressure on that natural resource? So many things. Economic geography, coal, petroleum, natural gas, how they are distributed worldwide, how they are distributed in India. Human geography, when we are talking about population. And here, economy and geography merges. A demographic dividend. UPSC has asked a lot of PYQs, mains PYQs on demographic dividend. We have a demographic dividend, 15 to 64 years of population. If you don't tap it, it will turn into a demographic disaster. Then geopolitics, where Geography and international relation are merging. Places in news, Russia-Ukraine war, which places in news? Let's say Israel-Palestine issue, two states, Aleppo and other regions, Kirkuk, Mosul, UPSC has asked. So here geography, international relation, static and current portion, they are merging. So again, if you go back to main syllabus, salient features of world physical geography, mountain plateaus, plains worldwide, distribution of key natural resources, again factors. So focus here. What has happened, the trend which we have seen in UPSC is, UPSC has asked a lot of mains questions from first and third topic. You know, physical geography and the continuation of physical geography like earthquakes, tsunami, volcanoes and all those. I will show you some questions also. And the second part, they have not asked many questions because this particular portion is also similar to GS mains paper 3 economy. But it doesn't mean you will ignore it. Distribution of petroleum, coal, natural gas, you know, anthracite, bitumen and all those. Types of coal, their distribution, where they are, our coal, it has too much ash content or not. So these kind of things you will read here in the second part. But majorly you have to focus on the first and third part when it comes to geography main syllabus. Cool, sir? And this is the division which you have to keep in mind. And that's how you have to read based on the questions. Now, if you see some questions, type 1 direct questions, what could be the reasons for formation of African and Eurasian desert belt? So when you will read climatology, so climatology, one awesome book I have already told you, G.C. Leong is one awesome book which you can refer to. Or let's say if you join any batch, our batch, any other batch, so you can refer to whatever our faculties are telling you. So once you read climatology, you will be able to solve this question. The purpose of showing you these questions is not to solve these questions. How can you solve this question when you are having a look at strategy video? Just to tell you that there will be certain questions, straightforward question. If you see this, Namcha, Barwa, Nanda, Devi, Nok, Rek, where they are located. Once you read Indian geography, once you read about India's Himalayas and, you know, different mountain ranges, you'll be able to solve this question. So these are direct questions. Cool. Then application based question, monazite. And we talk about India's nuclear energy, monazite. From monazite we get thorium. Monazite is found on Kerala coast. Now, this is an application based question. See the third statement, monazite occurs naturally in the entire Indian coastal sand. Entire, extreme. Not entire. In fact, there is a post-independent India relation to this also. Travancore is a kingdom in Kerala. And this Travancore kingdom, they had a lot of monazite. So when India was getting independent, British Kingdom and United Kingdom, they tried to influence Travancore that you remain independent because they realized that they can use this monazite for their own nuclear security. But that did not happen and Travancore became a part of India. So if you eliminate third option because of the extreme word entire, just eliminate third, you are getting the answer 1, 2 and 4. So hope you are understanding the application based question, direct question. Again, don't worry too much about it. You will solve these questions. But the basic purpose is for you to understand your syllabus. Two things which is, I keep on telling in strategy video, which is very critical is your syllabus and PYQs. You have to get a hang of your syllabus and PYQs of each and every subject. I used to teach students, I was in Assam also for APSCs also. The state PSC syllabus is also similar to UPSC, not all PSC, but Assam PSC was very similar. They have a separate paper on Assam. And she was like, I don't want to read history, art and culture, I don't like it. See, UPSC is not about your preferences or choices, what you like, what you don't like. They will ask question. Even if you don't like geography, international relations, they will ask question. So you have to read it. So Mediterranean Sea, if you see geography, world geography, this Western Asia, which they call as Middle East, that is a very important region. And you have to locate, like you have to have an atlas, you have to locate these regions, Levant region. So there is a repeated theme here. West Asia, Mediterranean Sea, Asian countries bordering Mediterranean Sea, these are the most common or most repeated themes which UPSC has asked a lot of questions on. Then if we talk about mains questions, you will see a lot of questions have been asked on Himalaya. Himalaya is a repeated theme because so many disasters happen and some of these disasters are also human induced disaster because we are creating so much pressure on the ecological carrying capacity, how much resource, how much people they can sustain that Himalayan ecosystem. There's a limit to it. We are pushing it. And that's why these disasters are happening. So they will ask you, differentiate the cause of landslide in Himalayan region, Western Ghat, what is water stress? Here you will talk about CWMI index, composite water management index published by Niti Aayog, where they have said that so many cities will run out of groundwater by certain years. So when you see these direct questions, you realize, okay, these are the areas I have to focus on. Himalaya is a common theme, or Himalayan region is a common theme, and UPSC asks a lot of questions on Himalayas. You can see here, this is the repeated theme I'm talking about. Differentiate the causes of landslide in Himalayan region. Himalayas are highly prone to landslide. How will the melting of Himalayan glaciers have a far-reaching impact? States of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal, again these are Himalayan region, reached limits of ecological, oh my god, I'm stammering here, reached the limits of their ecological carrying capacity. So you can understand, Himalayas, Himalayan glacier, their culture, their tourism, the impact, human-induced impact on that region, all these things you have to cover. You have to make a proper notes on Himalayas from geographical perspective. Then some application-based question. When you see the first question, you'll be like, oh my god, mention the global occurrence of volcanic eruptions in 2021 and their impact on regional environment. You'll be like, oh my god, volcanic eruptions, we have to read all. No. This question may have been asked in 2021. At that time, there would have been some volcanic eruption, let's say on the Indonesian coast, etc. And that's why they have asked it. Similarly, if you're giving it in 2026, UPSC 2026, so you have to see current affairs. So here, geography and the current events are merging. Which volcanic eruptions happened? Where they happened? Did they happen in the Pacific Ring of Fire or where? So hope you are understanding. This is important. Even current events are important and you cannot ignore that. Process of desertification does not have climatic boundaries. So again, here history and like geography and environment are merging. There is a summit on which UPSC has asked a lot of questions. That is known as Rio Summit of 1992, which is also known as Agenda 21 because they were talking about agenda of 21st century. Via this Rio Summit, 3 organizations came into picture: UNFCCC, UNCBD and UNCCD. CBD and CCD. So UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNCBD, United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity, UNCCD, United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. So UNCCD is saying that Agra, there is a place in UP called Agra, it is slowly and gradually turning into desert because of wind erosion which is happening and bringing, desert or the soil from the desert areas of Rajasthan, which is very close to Agra. So again, this is an example of how desertification does not know any boundaries. UP, Rajasthan does not matter to it and how you can stop it. So I hope you are understanding where we are going with this. These kind of questions tell you that yes, we have to focus on these organizations. They are very important. UNFCCC is most important out of those 3, but UNCCD is also important. UPSC has asked questions on them. And as we have discussed, there is a repeated theme. Himalayan region is a repeated theme. So what is the basic purpose of this whole syllabus discussion which I told you right now? That please go through your geography syllabus, divide it into physical, geography, climate, climatology, oceanography, Indian geography, human geography, distribution of resources, geopolitics. So when you look at the syllabus, when you look at the PYQs of both pre as well as mains, you realize that, okay, these are the areas I have to focus on and these are the areas which doesn't concern me that much, Cool. So again, hope you understood. Make a separate file for geography. You can do one more thing. You can make a separate file for geography prelims and geography mains. Geography prelims, you can note all the factual information. Geography mains, these kind of questions. Make a proper notes of it. Himalayas, important. We have seen how important they are. So you have to prepare Himalayas thoroughly. Landslide, all these things. So again, geography and environment will merge here when it comes to disaster because disaster and disaster management is there in GS paper 3. I will make separate video. I asked a question to you. Do you want me to make a strategy video on international relation? Yes or no? If you feel like yes sir, we want a strategy video on international relation, post it in the comment section. If I get more than 10 comments, I have very low expectation here. I will make a strategy video on international relation. Hope you gained something out of this video. If you have any queries, please feel free to share it in the comment section. I will make a separate video on that. And you can join my Telegram channel. You can join my Telegram family, Fun Study with Shub. And also, if you feel like you are having some issues in these subjects, be it history, polity, geography, or other subjects, you can join our batch. This is actually a very awesome sell, which I am continuously talking about. Buy one, get 2 courses free. Let me tell you what happens here. So we have 3 verticals, I am from English vertical, then there is Hindi vertical, then English vertical. So 3 courses goes on. One go on in English medium, other go on in pure Hindi, pure English, pure Hindi, and then there is English, Hindi plus English. So let's say you bought our English batch, but you feel like, no, I want to, and you bought our batch, you watch certain subjects of English, then you feel like, no, I want to watch that faculty's that particular subject in Hindi or English, you can do that. This is the flexibility which this buy one get two course is offering you. This whole thing is ending on, the sale is ending on 31st July. So if you buy English course, you can also watch Hindi course or English course. If you have three options when it comes to economy. I'm just giving you an example. You can read economy from our English batch or Hindi batch or English batch based on which faculty you prefer. If you just want to read all subjects from in English mode only, that's fine. But you have option. Nobody hates option, right? So you have that option here. You can avail all English, Hindi and English batches, and even if you have bought one. So if you have bought our batch, you can avail all of them. How you will do that? The process is very simple. If you have watched my video, you know the process. If you haven't, this is the process. You will go to StudyIQ.com. Awesome. Once you have gone to StudyIQ.com, you will go downwards, you will go to UPSC English, and here you will go to View All Courses. View All Courses, and this is the 2026 course. Go here, and you will see all the features. You can have a look at all the features, and you will go to Buy Now, and based on what features you want, what features you don't, there are three variants here: Diamond, Platinum, and Gold. This, buy one, avail two, and other two also is applicable for all of three, if I'm not wrong. And if you have any queries, call on this number 9240231070. You can give them my reference. My name is Shubham Sagar. You can tell them to use my code SHS Live, because if you use my code, then you get maximum discount on all of these three: Diamond, Platinum, and Gold. If you're using only for today or India, you get 6,000 discount. If you use my code, that is SHS Live, you will get 7,000 discount on each of these courses. So Diamond, from 34,999, it became 27,999. Platinum will become 22,999. Gold will become 9,999. So you can apply my code, and all the prices, all these courses, their prices will reduce by 7,000. Cool. So again, hope you gain something out of this geography strategy video which I made. I have a query for you, question for you. If you want me to make a strategy video on international relation and other areas, I will do that. If you want me to make a video on strategy video on international relation, you can write it in the comment section that yes sir, make a strategy video on international relation. Cool. So that's it from me. Take care, be blessed. I will see you soon.